No peak too high to reach, no roads too long to seek. The highest mountain we'll climb. Oh, no valley that's too deep, nothing we can't achieve, 'cause nothing's breaking our stride. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, eSingaCup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. Na na ooh, na 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 na, ooh na 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 na, ooh na na na, yeah yeah yeah. Na na ooh, na 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 na, ooh na 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 na, ooh na na na, yeah yeah yeah. We're headed for our dreams, gold opportunities, our heart connecting our mind. Oh, through it all, you and me will win eternally. Our future's looking so bright. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, eSingaCup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. Na na ooh, na 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 na, ooh na 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 na, ooh na na na, yeah yeah yeah. Na na ooh, na 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 na, ooh na 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 na, ooh na na na, yeah yeah yeah. Together, you and me, we'll reach our destiny. Sing a cup, keep pouring, for we are young and free. We'll get the stars tonight. Our hands up to the sky. Long as you're by my side, we will fly. Hey, na na ooh, na 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 na, ooh na 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 na, ooh na na na, yeah yeah yeah. Na na ooh, na 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 na, ooh na 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 na, ooh na na na, yeah yeah yeah. Here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, eSingaCup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. No peak too high to reach, no roads too long to seek. The highest mountain we'll climb. Oh, no valley that's too deep, nothing we can't achieve, 'cause nothing's breaking our stride. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, eSingaCup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. Na na ooh, na 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 na, ooh na 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 na, ooh na na na, yeah yeah yeah. Na na ooh, na No peak too high to reach, no road too long to seek. The highest mountain we'll climb. Oh, no valley that's too deep, nothing we can't achieve, 'cause nothing's breaking our stride. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, eSingaCup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. Na na ooh, na 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 ooh, na 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 ooh, na 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 yeah yeah yeah. Na na ooh, na 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 ooh, na 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 ooh, na 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 yeah yeah yeah. We're headed for our dreams, gold opportunities, our heart connecting our mind. Oh, through it all, you and me will win eternally. Our future's looking so bright. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, eSingaCup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. Na na ooh, na 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 ooh, na 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 ooh, na 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 yeah yeah yeah. Na na ooh, na 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 ooh, na 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 ooh, na 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 yeah yeah yeah. Together, you and me, we'll reach our destiny. Sing our cup, keep roaring, for we are young and free. We'll get the stars tonight. Our hands up to the sky. Long as you're by my side, we will fly. Hey, na na ooh, na 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 ooh, na 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 ooh, na 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 yeah yeah yeah. Na na ooh, na 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 ooh, na 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 ooh, na 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 yeah yeah yeah. Here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, eSingaCup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole.
It's round of 32 or round of 16? Today? As in for going into the next round. It's just
No peak too high to reach, no road too long to seek. The highest mountain we'll climb. Oh, no valley that's too deep, nothing we can't achieve, 'cause nothing's breaking our stride. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, eSingaCup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. Na na ooh, na na peak too high to reach, no roads too long to seek. The highest mountain we'll climb. Oh, no valley that's too deep, nothing we can't achieve, 'cause nothing's breaking our stride. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, sing a cup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. Na na ooh, na 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 na, ooh na 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 na, ooh na na na, yeah yeah yeah. Na na ooh na 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 na, ooh na 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 na, ooh na na na, yeah yeah yeah. We're headed for our dreams, gold opportunities, our heart connecting our mind. Oh, through it all, you and me will win eternally. Our future's looking so bright. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, sing a cup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. Na na ooh na 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 na, ooh na 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 na, ooh na na na, yeah yeah yeah. Na na ooh na 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 na, ooh na 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 na, ooh na na na, yeah yeah yeah. Together, you and me, we'll reach our destiny. Sing a cup, keep roaring, for we are young and free. We'll get the stars tonight, our hands up to the sky. Long as you're by my side, we will fly. Hey, na na ooh na 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 na, ooh na 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 na, ooh na na na, yeah yeah yeah. Na na ooh na 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 na, ooh na 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 na, ooh na na na, yeah yeah yeah. Here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole.
All right, good evening and welcome on down to the eSingaCup 2021. We are so excited to be here. I'm your snob JD, and this, of course, is my partner for the next few days. This is Toast Talks. Dude, how are you doing today, my man?
I'm feeling good, and I hope the players are feeling good as well, because it's gonna be a very exciting game for them tonight.
Exactly. And we would also like to thank the organizers of the eSingaCup, or the SingaCup, as in fact, for bringing us down here to cast the e-tournaments for you guys. This has been quite the extraordinary period of time that we've been dealing with, you know, especially with COVID and everything else. We had the first eSingaCup last year, and it was a rousing success, and we had so much fun doing that. And we had so many thrills and spills and everything else going into that, and now we are so much more excited. How excited you are? How excited are you to see more FIFA action here tonight?
I'm definitely excited because this is my first time doing FIFA for eSingaCup for me personally, and you know I've seen bits and pieces of the very first edition, and I'm very excited to see what the teams have in store for us today.
Well, that is for sure. And of course, for eSingaCup, or the SingaCup in general, is a massive tournament brought to you by the magnificent people at Dynamic Concepts. And it's basically bringing to you all the great, you know, action that we have. You know, we have so much activities going on in the next few days. We had this just this evening. We had Ellie Carpenter, Australian and Olympic Lyon player, you know, the female player. And that's the big thing about this year's SingaCup. It's all about inclusivity, bringing in not only, you know, guys, but girls as well. Because,
That's
you
true.
know, women's football is getting it's getting bigger year by year as well. You know, we've had especially the Olympics coming up. We had the Women's World Cup, the Olympics as well, with Canada winning it this year. Absolutely amazing. And we got so much more action. But in any case, today, what starts here is the 11 versus 11 tournament. Pro clubs, have you had any experience with pro clubs, and what you can tell us about that?
I kind of have a bit of pro club history, I would say, but rather like my team plays them, not me, because I can't play football. So yeah, even on the field, right, I can't even play football. So even in the virtual field, I'm not that good as well. So I just leave it to my team to play that.
Don't say that. We all, I mean, okay lah, but for those who can't do, we commentate over it, and that's all
That's
we're doing.
true.
That's why we're here. But in any case, we are so excited to bring you 64 teams, coming down, all made into 16 groups of 4 each. And instead of the top 2 going through, we only have the top 1. So think about it this way. It is going to be immensely difficult for anyone to just make it through. We have to make sure that the best of the best are making it through. And that is spectacular. And of course, we do have 3 games that will be happening today. First of all, we are taking a look at Group 16 with Baga CF versus Rebel VFC. After that, we have Rebel again, this time taking on Shoshinsha VFC. And after that, Baga will take the reins once again versus Shoshinsha. So let me get your thoughts on this. Having played pro clubs before, how difficult is it to go into a tournament, knowing that only the top team will survive and go through to the next round?
I mean, it's definitely going to be quite difficult because the usual concept would be the top 2 teams, right, we would go through. But now, every little mistake on the field will definitely be magnified, and teams will definitely be hopefully they will be a bit more cautious in their gameplay, because if every single goal counts and they don't want to score too many goals against themselves. So
yeah, that's for sure. So, I mean, there's so many things that can be happening. So, of course, for the next 2 days, we will be having the group stages, 16 groups. Now, the group that we're focusing on today is on Group 16, as the teams that I mentioned to you before are basically 16 groups, 4 teams each. The top 1 goes through. So, that's for the first 2 days, today and tomorrow. And then on Friday, we have the round of 16. And then after that, the semi-finals, and then the finals on Sunday itself. It's going to be immense because, these teams, they don't have too much time to really prepare for the next day because, when they go into the next day, they have to really get back onto their game unless, they meet up earlier and then you're having to play, a couple solid games together. I think that's going to be immensely difficult. So I think really it's good for them to get off to a bang, so hopefully the momentum will start to flow.
That's true.
So
That's true.
basically, besides that, we are waiting for the 2 teams to get into their game, so we will be bringing that action to you a little bit later. But let's just talk a little bit more about your pro club's experience. For me, I mean, I'm generally more of a, I don't like to play competition kind of pro clubs. Sometimes I feel a little bit pressurized. What are your experiences when it comes to pro clubs? Maybe give me a pro and a con of pro clubs.
I mean, the pros definitely you'll be playing with people that because definitely it is, and it's similar to what's going on the field, right? 11 versus 11. So you're gonna have like 11 of your friends to play with. So I think that's a pro, but that's also a con. I kind of think.
Oh yeah, that's for
then,
sure.
It could be a game like Monopoly breaks friendships there, and especially when it's more competitive, right? Because it really depends on the maturity of the players.
Yeah.
Definitely. So that's a con itself. It makes or breaks friendship. Is what I'm saying.
My goodness, it could right here. But I mean, for us, especially when it comes to going into what we are going through today with COVID and everything else, I think people more than anything, people are staying at home, keeping safe, and I think that was something that really kept us all in check. When we were stuck at home, especially at the first part of the COVID pandemic, we stayed at home, there was nothing to do. I think a lot of us were like, I think it's a good way to catch up with your friends.
That's true, yeah.
It's a good way to really check up on people, hey bro, dude, how you doing? We should, or bro or gal, what's up? Let's meet up, let's have a game of pro clubs and stuff like that. I got a few of my friends, I got a few of your friends, let's come together and have a pro clubs match, meet people out there. And I think this has been really eye-opening for me because I never really looked at it as more of an aspect of just playing with 11 of your friends. Especially when it came to the pandemic situation, I felt that this was a good way for people to connect.
I definitely get what you mean, because I think that's the only way they can connect, right? Because like you mentioned, the first half of COVID, we weren't really expected to go out and meet. So the only way for us to meet is through virtual reality or through the virtual field, and especially kind of pity all those players or weekend warriors. I would say that usually come down on Sundays to play, but now with COVID, it kind of stopped. So I mean, this is definitely a good alternative, I guess, for people to finally get back into the mindset or actually video games are not that bad.
It's not that bad anyway. I think the main thing is that it brings people together, and I think that's what people should be focused on as we enter the first game of tonight between Baga CF versus Rebel FC. And early on, we can see going down this left-hand side, going down here, and it is out for a throw-in. What are you expecting to see from games like these? You know, what are some key aspects that you want to see from these teams today?
Definitely want to see some attacking football. Not a lot of defending. But of course, with the new FIFA 2022, right, it's gonna be a bit difficult for these teams to try to breach the defenses. As we can see, even in 4 minutes, both teams rather, are still quite passive in their playing within their own halves. So we don't really see a lot of attacking football just yet. But hopefully they will turn the tempo up, because like you mentioned, Jerome, they need to start off with a bang and let the momentum carry on into the next game.
And I think one massive interesting point now is, you know, with the new pro clubs, they have this new, what's that, the new traits, like, you know, those long shooting traits, the first time shooting traits. I think that has added a different element right now into the pro clubs game. What do you think?
It's something new to learn, definitely. So I mean, if these players, they actually got hold of FIFA 2022 earlier than their competitors, I think they have a bit more of training time to actually put that into play. But as we are currently looking here, Team BC, Baga CF in the red and white kit, while Rebels FC is in the black kit, and they are still, like I mentioned, they're still playing within the center of the field, not getting the ball into that final third. But I think it's kind of expected, Jerome, at this point of time, at this current juncture of the match.
Well, Culture Skill is going down this left-hand side. Defender will get there first, and ball is cleared out. And now moving down this left-hand side here for Smurf Wars, down this left, passing it back. A bit cautious still right now as we enter the first few minutes of this game. Rebel looking to try to put themselves through their paces, but Firdaus with a good interception now, going to this left-hand side. Culture Skillers this time being tackled, and it is back in possession of Rebel. The ball going back and forth between the two teams. Smurf now down this left-hand side. Fan on the ball, the captain of the team of Rebel VFC. Loses the ball this time, and Lord Fico on the ball, plays it right to El Jefe. El Jefe towards the center to Mark Ganu. Tries to play the ball through, but again, intercepted there by Mark. And KB Sports playing it back towards Edinson. Not a very convincing ball to the right-hand side. Muzi plays it all the way back to the left. Good inter-switching of play down the left-hand side. Fan on the ball. Looking for options here. Culture Skillers gets the interception. He does get the ball back. Culture Skillers tried a little bit of the ball roll. A little bit of, what do you call that? A very lackadaisical passing, you know, going around. You know, you can see misplaced passes going back and forth. But I think this might be the nervousness that might be ticking in. What do you think?
It definitely seems like the teams are a bit nervous, as like you mentioned, they are only the first team in the whole group will make through, and Cultural Skills here trying to play a few touches too much there.
Too many.
So very, very unfortunate there. Could have been a goal, unfortunately.
Wow, but now there's a counter-attack here for Rebel, which is just cut out. Mark Ganu now starting the attack. Lord Fico playing it down this right-hand side for Iz. Playing inside for Culture Skillers, and it's wide of the target. I think the keeper got a touch onto it, and it's a corner. An early, not say early corner, it's 25 minutes down, and Baga have a corner. Will they play it short, or will they play it directly into the box? El Jefe plays it inside the box. The header by Culture Skillers not getting anywhere, and Smurf World's able to clear the ball away. Akil Bashir to take the throw in straight to Culture Skillers. Akil Bashir now on the ball. Plays it inside, blocked off by the defender. Still there by Akil Bashir. It's like pinball in there, and Culture Skillers with the shot and with the cultured finish into the bottom corner. Take us through that goal. That seemed a little bit more haphazard than what we wanted to see.
But definitely, I think the assist from Akil Bashir definitely really helped, because he managed to get the ball back 3 times before he started to pass the ball into Cultured Skills, and he really converted that opportunity to put his team in the lead. Baga CF 1, Rebels FC 0.
Well, that is first blood here to Baga CF going into this first game of the eSingaCup 11 versus 11 tournament. Thank you guys again for joining us tonight. Remember, there is more action coming up in the next couple of days. in terms of the group stages. And then Friday, we'll hit the round of 16. And then Saturday and Sunday will be the quarters, the semis, and the Sunday will be the final. So do hang in with us on the eSinga or the eSingaCup Facebook page. Do remember to drop a like, drop a follow, and keep up to date with the latest eSingaCup happenings on there. As now we see Rebel trying to go through their paces down this left-hand side with Smurf. Tries to play the ball inside. The keeper, King Raw, able to grab it pretty easily and will start the counter. Hassan Sunny-like clearance this time, unfortunately, right into the touch. Fun, the captain, though, gives it straight back to Baga as they move forward. El Jefe is tackled there brilliantly. Death Trap moving the ball forward just to give it away straight to Mark Ganu. Not what you want to be doing, as Cultured Skillers tried to do the Cultured Skill, but unfortunately not getting anywhere, and it will be a free kick. I believe it's for offside, and it will start off the game again for Rebel. Oh, this time good stuff by Mr. Shelby moving forward. Oh, this time they still win the ball back. Fun, the captain plays it forward, and it is tackled. Mark Ganu again finding himself in the way of another ball as El Jefe puts it forward. Plays it to Firdaus. Good ball to Cultured Skillers. Ball roll and finesse. Oh, wide of the target. That's the thing. You've seen Cultured Skillers pulling off a couple skill moves, especially with the ball roll. Seems to be his go-to skill. I think it's got to be something that Rebel have to be looking at.
Definitely, because Rebel, they've let the ball through to Cultured Skills a couple of times now, and it would have been 2 to 3-0 if it not had been the ball had not been wide. So unfortunately for Cultured Skills, could have been already on a hat-trick right now.
Exactly, and now Baga CF playing with the ball around the back for a little bit, waiting for the options to open up. Flare Demon on the ball, place it to Mark Ganu, central towards El Jefe. Good pass to Firdaus. Run being made down this left-hand side by Flare Demon. Here is Cultured Skillers again. Oh, gives the ball away to Mr. Shelby. Not too sure what the goalkeeper was doing there, but it's straight to Cultured Skillers. And that is another great finish. And we talked about it before. We thought he was one of the dangerous players in the game, and now he has his second goal.
And definitely a brace just right before the break of halftime, and the referee quickly calls for halftime as both team enters the tunnel with Baga CF 2 and Rebels VFC 0. So let's talk about that clearance by the goalkeeper there early on. I think that was definitely a mistake by the goalkeeper to clear it like how he did it, but unfortunately for him, he has to take the L for that. So Baga definitely deserved winners coming into halftime, but let's see if Rebel VFC can come back in the next 45 minutes.
Yep, definitely for sure. And the goalkeeper, if I'm not wrong, looking at the team sheets that we received, is an AI goalkeeper, so there's no one there to control. And that's the thing about AI goalkeepers. It can be very hit and miss. You know, you can have a fantastic AI goalkeeper who's able to save everything, but suddenly you have someone who's just, you know, what happened. But I mean, at the end of the day, you should not have played the ball straight back to them. I think it was absolutely suicidal of that. But, you know, going into the second half, what do you think Baga have to do to pull on their advantage again?
They're doing very well. That we did see on how their offensive play is. They are trying to push the ball towards Cultured Skills. So I think if Rebel were to stop the game for Baga, they have to stop the ball coming in from to Cultured Skills rather. So we are going to start the second half. The kickoff has happened. It's still 2-0 in favor of Baga CF Jerome. So again, they really need to stop the ball coming to Cultured Skills. As we can see, Cultured Skills here yet again, but intercepted by the Rebels player, and unfortunately it's gone out for a throw-in in favor of Baga.
Well, that was not the throw-in that we wanted to see. But again, I mean, they are in a position where they can maybe relax a little bit more. But again, remember what we said with the format that we have now, the top team, the only one that's going through, that's going to be very difficult for them, as now Cultured Skills trying to get onto the ball. And Hard Gun not able to do very well there. Manages to get through the defense here. Tries to play the ball through, but again, Baga CF able to intercept the ball and get it away. Lord Fico loses the ball here to KB. Plays it inside for Daus again with a good tackle from the central midfield position. El Jefe looking for that long ball. Cultured Skills! Oh, good save there by the keeper. The AI goalkeeper this time coming up top for Baga, or for Rebel. And right there, that was a good chance for Baga to go 3-0 up. What a missed opportunity that was.
A very unfortunately missed opportunity, but I think he won't really rue it that much. They are definitely in the lead right now, 2-0. But another goal wouldn't hurt for Baga. And
They might get one here. Firdaus with the
ooh.
shot. And it's over the bar there from Firdaus, right over, and that is still 2-0. Well, you got to also take into account that goal difference might matter in this one. You'll never know. El Jefe might be having a bit of a problem here. He seemed to go still suddenly. Here's Ajik on the ball, and Wicked Joker able to intercept that ball. Now, of course, if you're looking at the screen and what we're looking at, you know, you look at the top right-hand corner of the screen, we have Akatsuki. We do have his, you know, the specialist traits on there, and I believe he is a CDM, if I'm not mistaken. And those traits, especially this year, you know, some people like to utilize the long shot trait or the first time shot trait, especially for striker, as Fan takes the shot. It's a good save by King Raw. Not many opportunities for Rebel early on, or Rebel in the first half, but they are getting the opportunity, the first opportunity really clear cut. And again, this is why they're not getting the opportunities, because they're giving the ball away. Cultured Skills again on the ball. He's going to cut inside, and he does the usual ball roll and passes it to Fico. The shot is saved, but once again, Cultured Skillers being the predominant threat as the ball is won again. Great high press, Cultured Skills, good save. Nearly followed up there, but again, cleared away by the defenders there by Rebel, and now a bad foul there by Firdaus. And again, lucky for Rebel, they are not another goal behind. I mean, what can you do? The confidence must be low in the squad right now.
Morale definitely has to be low in the Rebels camp, because you know they're 2-0 down, and you know Baga keep pressing onto the advantages. But again, Rebels has to do better. They have to keep onto the ball, keep possession, and make sure it goes into the final third. And that's not what they're doing right now. So very, very unfortunate for them.
Yep, there is definitely a lot of improvement, especially definitely having to go into the second game. Firdaus on the ball, plays it left for Flair Demon. Ball rolls to the outside. This time, Nazi able to get to the ball first. Cultured Skillers, the predominant threat for the Baga side. This time, unfortunately, giving the ball away. Harley Quinn's able to clear for KB. And now, Rebel moving through the field here. The ball up top this time. Mr. Shelby with the shot, and King Ro again, right position, right place at the right time. So now moving the ball forward, Edinson manages to get control of the ball. Harley Quinn will clear to the left-hand side, and it might stay in. It will stay in here for Rebel as they look to go through this left-hand side. Again, look at the pressing from the Baga side. Definitely not making it easy for Rebels to get through. But Rebels here with KB, the shot, and my goodness, going right past the post. Let's talk a bit about the pressing game. It's been really good by Baga, you know, making it very difficult for Rebel to play out from the back. How important is it for your pressure game to be on point?
Definitely has to be very, very on point, because at the end of the day, it's all about the pressing game, right? So Rebels not able to even get into the final third, and even when they do, it's just a very low-paced shot.
It seems very ineffective in terms of Lord Fico now taking the shot for Baga here. Lord Fico still has the ball. Tosax will get back to you on this a little later as the shot by El Jefe comes in. It is blocked off still, and again it's cleared this time. And now Ajik on the attack. This is Pro Clubs right here. Very quick counter-attacking, and it will be cleared away. Sorry to cut you off, but yeah, we were talking about the high press, and Baga really seemed to have it down to a T.
Yep, definitely. And previously in that attack, right, we saw that Rebels, they also kind of had to back off. But luckily, you know, the defenders are able to secure the ball and go for the clearance, as Cultured Skills still inside the 18-yard box, and the goalkeeper doesn't want to get one more ball past him, as you know, two has already passed him by. And we will see if we can catch another goal with just less than 10 minutes remaining in the whole game.
Well, Firdaus now on the ball, trying to make things happen here for Iz. This time, Nazi able to get to the ball, but once again, dribbling out of play. The pressure from Baga a little bit too much for Rebel, as now they try to get towards the ball. It is intercepted, and now Iz is on the ball. A little bit more a little bit scrappy right now as we enter towards the last 5 minutes of in-game time. But I mean, definitely a deserved win for Baga for sure, as they might go for the third here. The tackle by Akatsuki and the shot there again. I mean, it's going to be interesting. Look at that. 9 shots for Cultured Skills in this game alone. And I think at least about half of them have been saved by the goalkeeper. It's been quite the immense effort from the AI goalkeeper despite the mistake in the first half. My goodness, it could get even worse here for them. Cultured Skillers with the ball in, and it is saved by the AI goalkeeper. Last 2 minutes of in-game play. Again, they give the ball away. Lord Fico to the right for Akil Bashir, and that is the third goal. That is 3-0, and it is El Jefe with the goal. And right there, a deserved 3-0 win, or not win. I mean, it'll be a 3-0, and you know, Toast, what do you have to say about this victory? I think it's really comprehensive.
I mean, again, the goal line clearance there was not the best, but we have to give credits to Baga for the high pressing game and able to convert. Look at that again, another ball being passed through to Cultured Skills, who's inside of the 18-yard box. Options in there, but just decides to pass it back to their own half. And unfortunately for Rebels, they only have less than a minute to at least get a consolation goal here, which doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon.
Well, it might not happen. Well, I was going to say it might happen, but looks like it's not going to happen. And that is the end of the first game between Baga CF and Rebel VFC. It ends in a 3-0 victory, and all-around well-deserved victory. I thought Baga dominated from start to finish, and you know, just looking at one player having 9 shots, I mean, that's absolutely insane. You know, we saw Culture Skillers taking the ball, doing the ball rolls, going inside, taking shots, and you know, Rebel really struggled to stop him.
Definitely struggled to stop the ball coming in from like players from El Jefe and Akil. But I think the morale's kind of low coming in to the next game, because they are going to be playing next, going up against Shoshin Shah. So definitely they have to press like how Baga was pressing them, and of course to get the ball into that final third and probably just bang in a few goals to bring up the morale a bit.
Yeah, and I think now, just to try to get back into the game, I think Rebel really have to do a lot. What do you think, you know, would be the message in like the dressing room? I mean, the virtual dressing room to the players. I think it's going to be very difficult to get your team up back after a defeat like that. What do you think they will be saying in that dressing room?
I mean, definitely they need to keep the morale somewhat high, because losing 3-0 just like that definitely would have dropped the morale quite low. But they have to be quite positive in the sense that, you know, next game, new slate, and you know, they have to take whatever was not working and probably scrap that and you know, have a new game plan coming into Shoshin Shah.
Yeah, definitely. I got tired just watching that, because Culture Skillers just kept taking the ball, just kept ball rolling everybody, taking the shot on, and that was it. You know, it was 3-0 suddenly, and now we go into the second game. Now, if you're just joining us, thank you guys so much for joining us here. Toast Talks, my good buddy, and myself, Eurosnob JD, here for the eSingaCup 11 versus 11 Pro Clubs tournament. Wow, that was a mouthful, but we are here for the next few days. You know, not only bringing Pro Clubs action, but we also have 1v1 action. Now, that will be happening on Saturday and Sunday, where 60, or, you know, we left registration up for 128 players. We'll see at the end of the week how many players have registered. But I'm so excited to see a lot of FIFA action coming up, you know, not only on the Pro Club side, but also on the 1v1 side. And, you know, I think I'm just gonna say this. We're probably gonna see a lot of PSG versus PSG, and it's gonna be quite tiresome. So if you're watching this, please try to do something different. I think something different will be good.
Definitely.
You know, we'll definitely see a lot of PSG versus PSG. But you know, I will salute someone who uses a different team like Arsenal. But no, okay, maybe not. But in any case, we have so much FIFA action coming up for you in the next few days. You know, we have the 11 versus 11 today, and tomorrow will be the group stages. Friday will be the round of 16, and then Saturday will be the quarterfinals and semifinals, and finally, it's going to that segment. The final on Sunday itself, and that will be the 11 versus 11 for 1v1. We will start everything all on Saturday, and then we'll end it off on Sunday in terms of the 1v1. Now, in terms of in regards to eSingaCup itself, we would like to thank the organizers and everybody for organizing this massive competition for the pro clubs and also for the 1v1 tournament. And if you are now on the channel, do drop a like, drop a subscribe. There's a lot of interesting activities coming over the next few days. We did have a forum
Earlier today, right?
earlier today, the hour before this, with Ellie Carpenter of Australia and Leon, female player from there. Australia being one of the better nations right now. You have players like Ellen Carpenter, you have players like fantastic players. You have Steph Catley, Caitlin Ford, a lot of the Arsenal women's players. And then, of course, tomorrow we do have Cho Soo-hyun from Tottenham Hotspur and South Korea coming in to give her thoughts on, the progression of women's football over the last few years. And, not only that, eSingaCup has gone through so many different changes over the last year. Everything has had to be held, online, especially with us doing this eSingaCup. Hopefully, but we have finally brought back the, on-field football, 4v4. We do have the eSingaCup 4v4 competition, a four-side football competition happening on Saturday and Sunday. So if you haven't registered, unfortunately, it might be too late to register. But, do follow the action on this eSingaCup Facebook page. We are more than happy to bring you all the various updates from that one. So many different things to look forward to. I mean, Toast, I gotta ask you, what is one of the more important points on this eSingaCup, or the eSingaCup in general? What are some of the things that you look forward to?
Definitely looking forward to the 1v1 because definitely, there could be a possibility of late sign up, so we might hit 120 players, I think. So that's going to be quite interesting. But at this point of time, I think we only have about half. But regardless of that, I mean, it's just like you mentioned, we're going to definitely see PSG versus PSG, but it's all down to skills, right? I mean, I can use PSG, but again, I'm not good at the game. So even if PSG by my side, I don't think I'll be able to win it. So yeah,
I think I just have to practice, like, okay, Donnarumma, okay, Mbappe passes to Verratti scores. Okay, gotta practice on that. So I mean, yeah, the 1v1 tournament is definitely something we are looking forward to as well. I really want to see some there'll be some players who are playing in these pro clubs who will be playing in the 1v1 competition. Last year we saw Phoenicia 24, a Malaysian player, winning the 1v1 tournament. Players also in the pro club scene. So very, it's a very faceted thing. You can be playing pro clubs, but you also can be good at the 1v1 side of the game. But this year with FIFA and the way it is, how have you found the game this year, honestly, on your side?
I mean, I haven't had a lot of training on it, I'll be honest. But I mean, at the end of the day, if it's similar to 21, then I think it's still fine. Just that we've like you mentioned, a few changes here and there. I still haven't got around to actually understanding the changes, so I'm still stuck with 21 for a time period.
Okay, so I think right now we're actually waiting for the two teams to get into the game. So I think we'll just wait about a minute. Maybe you can take about a 30-second break, and then we will get back into the broadcast probably. Give us a second. Let's take a look. Alright, so in terms of pro clubs competition, we do have so much action coming in. I mean, 16 groups. I mean, it's quite immense. 16 groups, 4 teams each, and of course with the change of tournament setup. So we will be right back with the second game, and we will be right back with you very, very shortly. Oh, okay.
Together, you and me, we'll reach peak too high to reach, no roads too long to seek. The highest mountain we'll climb. Oh, no valley that's too deep, nothing we can't achieve, 'cause nothing's breaking our stride. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, sing a cup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. Na na hoo, na 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 hoo, na 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 hoo, na 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 yeah yeah yeah. Na na hoo, na 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 hoo, na 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 hoo, na 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 yeah yeah yeah. We're headed for our dreams, gold opportunities, our heart connecting our mind. Oh, through it all, you and me will win eternally. Our future's looking so bright. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, sing a cup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. Na na hoo, na 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 hoo, na 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 hoo, na 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 yeah yeah yeah. Na na hoo, na 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 hoo, na 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 hoo, na 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 yeah yeah yeah. Together, you and me, we'll reach our destiny. Sing a cup, keep roaring, for we are young and free. We'll get the stars tonight. Our hands up to the sky. Long as you're by my side, we will fly. Hey, na na hoo, na 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 hoo, na 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 hoo, na na yeah yeah yeah. Na na hoo, na 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 hoo, na na hoo, na na yeah yeah yeah. Here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, sing a cup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole.
Here for the eSingaCup 11 versus 11 Pro Clubs competition, and we're going to bring you the second match straight away, this time between Rebel and versus Sho Shin Sha. I had to make sure that I take a second to like look at the name and make sure that I get it correct, because there were a couple times during we were practicing how to say the names, and sometimes we get it wrong. We want to make sure you get it right. So
That's
Sho
true.
Shin Sha. There we go. And we'll be going directly into the game, and you know, we had the first game between Baga CF and Rebel VFC, and it ended up as a 3-0 victory to Baga. So Rebel going to have to do as much as possible to get themselves back into the game, as I throw it to my man Toe Stocks here for the play-by-play.
So Rebels will again be in their black home kit, but Shoshinsha in the white. So we have Shoshinsha getting the ball early in the final third, but it's being cleared by Rebels. And again, Rebels' morale definitely has to be low after that 3-0 thrashing, but of course they have to set that aside and come into this next game with a new mindset. Right, they have to score a few more goals here, but it does not seem like that could be the case early on within the first 5 minutes, as the ball nearly entered the back of the net yet again, as we have quite fast.
Yeah,
I couldn't even see the names there, but it's still in possession. But again, Jerome, they are holding on to possession much better in the early halves. And just as I mentioned, that the ball is given away to Shoshinsha, and right now it's Loti Nan who is in that left flank, and the ball passes back into their midfield. Rotina not able to convert any shot, as Rebels, again, they need to do a bit more in this game, Jerome.
Yep, that's for sure. I mean, Rebel, they have to try to start on the front foot, because after the last game where they were totally dominated by Baga, you know, especially with Baga's pressing game, you know, they have to try and make sure that their passing game is much better, because Shoshin Shah, they look they don't look as if they're pressing as high as Baga, but they are like Rebel are just giving them the ball, and that's the poor thing about the play so far.
And I think definitely that has to be part of the manager's virtual team talk, right? They have to keep the ball to pass the ball to their players' feet instead of just passing it to their opponent's feet. As right now, Rebels just loses the ball in the 18-yard box. Unfortunate for them. Could have converted an opportunity there, but they're doing much better, like I mentioned, having the ball into that final third, but not quite sure why he took that shot there, as you know, it went right into the defense, but Rebels, again, another shot in, and
oh my goodness, this time that long shot. I mean, you're stunned for words. I'm also stunned, my goodness. But that's the thing about pro clubs now. You know, you have these special attributes where you can take shots from so far out. I don't know. I find it a little bit unfair. What do you think? What do you think?
I mean, definitely unfair for Shoshin Shah because the goalkeeper was rooted to the spot. I don't think he actually thought it would have gone in, but it went in nonetheless. So Rebels able to score the first blood in game number 2. So Shoshin Shah off to not a very good start for themselves.
Remember, the top 1 in the group will be the only team going through, and of course, all 4 teams are from Singapore. And because the other it's a penalty. It's a free kick.
It's a
Sorry,
free kick.
a little bit. It's 10:30 in the evening, so I'm a little bit. No, it's 11 o'clock. See, oh my goodness! But free kick here, and
Shoshin Shah has an opportunity to equalize it if they can convert this free kick. But will it go in? Does not seem to be the case, but nearly getting the ball into the back of the net. So Shoshin Shah still with possession, and they are going to play wide on their right flank. Back into the center, and the goalkeeper might have a touch on that. And nope, I think the referee has gotten a good eye on that and has given it a goal kick. So kick the ball up into the field, but it's again back to Shoshin Shah. And Shoshin Shah, goalkeeper being made to put work in the early portion of this half, Jerome.
Yeah, I mean, shots coming from every single direction. You know, after the first goal, I mean, players will definitely be trying to take the shots from way up front. And, you know, that's the thing about this game. You know, they dare you to take shots. If you have the space, you know, go ahead, take the shot like what you may do now.
The goalkeeper yet again. I think he kind of learned his mistake coming in from going up against Baga. So he's trying to atone for those mistakes as he's keeping a clean sheet so far. But will it be clean after this corner kick by Shoshin Shah? And a curling ball into the 18-yard box. But the defense from Rebels FC able to pick up the loose ball. And the ball going quite close to the byline there, and it's being saved, but unfortunately again being given away cheaply to Shoshin Shah. So Shoshin Shah, it seems like they are doing well in the center of the field, right? They keep passing the ball through the center. So I guess Rebels, they need to close down that center, as we can see a long ball that did not reach its intended target, Jerome.
Yep, now they're not facing something like a Culture Killers who seem to be the predominant threat. They're now facing a team threat down the center, which I think is a very good way to go about it. But, you know, they are dealing with the threat down the center pretty well so far from Shoshin Shah. But again, like what you mentioned before, whether the sheet will be clean at the end of the game, you'll never know. And they might get something here.
Tries to go for the goal. The goalkeeper, in just half an hour, has made a total of 3-4 saves, crucial saves to boot, and it's another corner for Shoshin Shah.
Shoshin Shah have been on the ascendancy since they conceded that goal. Whether they'll come back, you'll never know, but still a lot of time here. You know, pro clubs' timing sometimes can take an age. You know, sometimes some games can feel they take an age, but some games seem like they're very short. So let's see where we go from here.
And the ball up into that final third from Rebels FC, not able to keep possession. So we did see the stats there on possession, right? Rebels having much of the possession in the very first half. But again, they're not doing too much of the ball, but they managed to score 1 goal. So I think they are quite happy with that goal stats at the very least. And they're doing very well, again, compared going up against Baga. They are holding on to possession. But again, the passing accuracy not really that well, as they try one more time into the side of the net. Unfortunately, not able to replicate what they were trying to do in the very first goal. And Shoshin Shah definitely thanking their lucky stars that did not go in.
And now Shoshin Shah, they want to try to get the pressure that they want to make sure that they win or get the equalizer for this one, because remember, only the top one in the group can go through, and you know, when you suffer defeat in the first game, you're pretty much, not say done, but pretty much, you know, you have a bit of a mountain to climb, you know, going into the next few games, and you know, you really want to be on top of your game throughout the competition.
So we see Rebel FC doing a lot of work trying to force their way into the 18-yard box, but Shoshin Shah definitely learning from their very first mistake. And a breakthrough here by Shoshin Shah. It is Shalan and might go into a goal, but unfortunately for him, just wide of the far post, Jerome. Very, very unlucky, man.
I mean, they talk about their FIFA halftime curse. It nearly came true, but Shalan manages to miss the target, unfortunately, with a chance. Not sure where the left back went. Left back seemed to go hi-ho on his horse and gone, basically. But, you know, a very good chance at the end, and it could have been very different going into halftime. As we take a look at some of the stats, my goodness, Shoshin Shah with most of the possession, and but not making it count. And remember, not to throw the cliche line in, but the most important stat is the one at the top left-hand corner of the screen.
That's true, that's true. So Rebels, again, going into halftime, not trailing by 1 goal, but leading by 1 goal. So that is at least an improvement from their previous game. But of course, can they double their lead in the second half, or will Shoshin Shah find one back, or even maybe miraculously even win the game? So we are just about to start the very second half, and thank you guys for joining us. I am Toast Talk as well as Jerome here, and we are off to the second half.
This is going to be quite the interesting one between these two teams for sure. I think with the way Shoshin Shah were playing in the first half, I'm going to put a bold prediction here. I think they're going to win this game.
And that is going to be a very, very bold prediction, though, as you know, Rebels FC able to get the ball back into their possession. And looking at how Rebels are playing, I think they are kind of a bit more passive. They have possession of the ball. They're trying to make their way into the final third of the opponent's half. But of course, you know, again, their passing. I think the main issue that we have with Rebels here is their passing accuracy.
Yeah.
Right? They can hold possession. We've seen them hold possession, but their passing accuracy usually brings the ball into the opponent's possession now. So Rebels again with the throw-in. We'll see if they can make their way down the center and try to score another goal, though.
Ooh. I mean, it's been quite a scrappy game. I think possession-wise, the passing has not been really fantastic from either team, I got to say. But you know, this is the first game this is the first day of the eSingaCup competition, so sometimes people can be nervous and stuff like that. You know I'd be nervous if I would be playing in the Pro Clubs competition. But I think as they get further in the competition, if any one of these teams go further in this competition, you know, they will have to step up their A game for sure. Definitely,
because as they progress, it's going to be tougher and tougher opponents from the other 15 groups. Yes, you heard us right. There are 16 groups, a total of 16 groups playing simultaneously. And again, only the top one team will hit into the round of 16, which is going to be... Oh, and the goalkeeper. Important save, vital save by the goalkeeper, and it's out for another corner. It seems like we've seen a lot of Shoshin Shah's corner, but none of them hitting the back of the net. And I think Rebel has to thank their lucky stars that it is as such. As they are trying to go for a counter-attack, it's still Rebels with the ball on that left flank, but gets intercepted by Shoshin Shah's defense as they clear the ball on to the other side of the field.
Well, looking at the game now, it's definitely going to be very evenly poised, you know, as we hit 56 minutes. I think, based on my prediction, I don't make predictions to anyhow make predictions. I hope to make predictions to make the team hear me out and like prove me wrong, but they might be proving me right. And again, another keeper save. I mean, how many times has the keeper saved them? Look at that, 6 corners, and most of them, from what I believe, from saves from the goalkeeper.
That's right, the goalkeeper making a lot of crucial saves to keep a clean sheet yet again. So will we see a clean sheet coming in from this AI goalkeeper? And certainly Rebels will be hoping so, as they are again leading by 1 goal, and it's still a small margin, right? They can go for the equalizer. Shoshin Shah still can go for the equalizer, and having the ball into the 18-yard box, but losing it unfortunately inside of the 18-yard box as well.
Let me throw something at you. Do you think it is good goalkeeping or is it bad finishing?
I would say thus far from what we've seen, it is going to be good goalkeeping though, because it seems like all the balls were on point, all the shots were on point, but just that the goalkeeper had a touch, a fingertip save on the ball and it's gone out for a corner. So we'll see if they can finish the ball here as the ball goes into the 18-yard box, but again a nice block by the defense from Rebels, and they are starting the pressing game coming in from Shoshin Shah. And will Rebels be able to deal with this? We will just have to wait and see, as we are just over the hour mark, Jerome. And again, your prediction is Shoshin Shah will be able to win this, but are they able to win this within
the 23 minutes that are left? Oh,
that's true.
Oy. I mean, a lot of things can happen within these 23 minutes. I mean, not to throw in another cliche, but it only takes a second to score a goal. So I still do think they can come back. They must score within the next 10 minutes or so before they can try and harbour hopes of it. Hey, wait,
Didn't manage to equalize.
where's my mic? I want to drop it. Okay, there it is. But see what I told you. I mean, they've taken so many shots on goal. This was bound to happen, and it has happened. The equalizing goal for Shoshin Shah. Do you get what I mean? So, hey, Max Verstappen. Oh, any F1 fans? Woo, F1. Max Verstappen. Sorry, I'm not going to go on a whole rant about F1 and FIA, but let's just get back to the FIFA action. Toast, take it away, man.
Rebels FC, now they are kind of on equal grounds yet again, and the pressure is definitely on them back. I wouldn't say it's on Shoshin Shah more now, because definitely we've seen them go shot after shot after shot only to be saved, and this could be the goal that ended, and unfortunately just whiffed the ball. Unfortunately for him, and Rebels, they really have to stop the push coming in from Shoshin Shah, as we've seen how deadly they are in that final third. So Rebels trying to find some some space in their right flank, and will have options in the 18-yard box, as Rebels still pushing through the 18-yard box, but gets the ball out for a corner. I believe this is the first corner of the day.
First corner of the game, yeah. Ooh.
But it is Shoshin Shah with possession and able to start the counter-attack. Shoshin Shah.
He might be on. He's on. Parallax error.
Unfortunately. And Rebels, again, they have to start pressing on to Shoshin Shah, because Shoshin Shah, they're becoming very much bolder in the last few minutes here, and a defense splitting pass here. Shoshin Shah could go for the goal here. Unfortunately, the goalkeeper clearing the ball, not a very high clearance though, but nearly getting the ball back into their own half.
Still 11 minutes to go, and look at that, Shoshin Shah have the ball back once again, and this is why I'm putting my money on them to win, because look at the pressure. Oh my goodness,
a clash of heads there by the defense and their goalkeeper. And Shoshin Shah, again, they are pressing hard. They are revitalized by that goal that they've scored, the equalizer, and they're looking for the full 3 points, because they are going to go up against Baga, who I believe are playing against Gladiator BD on the other hand. But Rebels on the 18-yard box goes for wide and tries to go for a goal, but the goalkeeper being put to work, and that could have easily been 2-1. Had the goal.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yep. Unfortunately for Rebels, it did not go in. Shoshin Shah definitely had a heart-stopping moment there, as they've gone for a goal kick, but Rebels still with the ball and trying to find a way past the defense of Shoshin Shah, and he's just gonna clear it.
When in doubt, put it out.
But it's gone out for a corner kick instead of a throw-in, so not quite sure if that was wise, as Rebels try to push it into the near post, but gets cleared by Shoshin Shah. So Jerome, in 3 minutes, do you think? Oh no, actually they can, Jerome, and they have the ball right into the 18-yard box. Not able to do anything with that. Shoshin Shah.
Oh my goodness.
Not able to do anything with that, and now the counter-attack is on Rebels. Will they be able to get a stoppage time winner here? And 3 minutes being added on. It could very well end in a draw. The next goal will definitely be the nail in the coffin for the other team, or will they, be happy with the draw here, Jerome?
I don't think anybody will be happy with the draw, especially in pro clubs. I think when we when people set out to play pro clubs competitions, I think the main thing is they want to win every single game. I think a draw is not going to cut it in this tournament. So I believe a draw will be upsetting for any team, especially now.
And it could go for a goal. But what a save.
Oh.
What a timely save by the goalkeeper. Had that gone in, Rebels would have definitely been 1 goal ahead. And, you know, Rebel, even though they had the lead in the very first half, they didn't do much to press on the advantage, right? And unfortunately for them, Shoshin Shah was able to press on and get the equalizer. So at the end of that match, we are currently draw between Rebels, VFC and Shoshin Shah, 1 apiece.
Well, you look at the stats right there. You know, you see now they don't have just shots and shots on target. Now they have expected goals, and expected goals for Shoshin Shah was at 3.3, and for Rebel was only at a 1.1. So I mean, you could see that Shoshin Shah definitely were pushing for the victory. They definitely had so many chances that they had to score, but the goalkeeper, like what we mentioned to you, was on form, and that's when I put my prediction in that they would actually go into this, they would actually win the game. And you know, that's about it basically. And now, who would you think would be more happy with this result? I think, will anybody be happy with the result?
Definitely no one's happy with a draw results like you mentioned, but I think if we put into perspective, Shoshin Shah, they definitely deserve the draw, I would say, just because even though Rebels, again, like I mentioned, they had the early goal, but they did nothing to press the advantage. So Shoshin Shah was able to get the equalizer. I think they'll be happy with the draw, but they'll be ruining their chances. Like you mentioned, 3.3, that was the expected goals.
Yeah.
Right, so very, very unfortunate for Shoshin Shah, but again, a draw is at least 1 point secured instead of, you know, 3 points lost.
Yep, that is for sure. Now, as we mentioned before, we will be going on to the next game between Baga versus Shoshin Shah. And again, welcome you guys to the eSingaCup tournament, the eSingaCup FIFA 11 versus 11 tournament. This is, of course, the group stages, and then we will have the round of 16 coming up on Friday, and then we will have the quarterfinals and semifinals on Saturday, and Sunday will be the finals itself. We will be taking a little bit of a short break, so do stick along with us here. Myself, Eurostomp JD, and Toast Talks here. We'll be right back with more 11 versus 11 action straight to your TV screens, phone screens. I can be here all day just mentioning that, but we'll be right back with more 11 versus 11.
that's too deep, nothing we can't achieve, 'cause nothing's breaking our stride. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more, ole, 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 ole. Here we go, sing a cup, no we're not giving up, ole, 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 ole. Na na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na na na, yeah, yeah, yeah. Na na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na na na, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're headed for our dreams, gold opportunities, our heart connecting our mind. Oh, through it all, you and me, we'll win eternally. Our future's looking so bright. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more, ole, 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 ole. Here we go, sing a cup, no we're not giving up, ole, 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 ole. Na na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na na na, yeah, yeah, yeah. Na na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na na na, yeah, yeah, yeah. Together, you and me, we'll reach our destiny. Sing a cup, keep roaring, for we are young and free. We'll get the stars tonight. Our hands are to the sky. Long as you're by my side, we will fly. Hey, na na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na na na, yeah, yeah, yeah. Na na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na na na, yeah, yeah, yeah. Here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more, ole, 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 ole. Here we go, sing a cup, no we're not giving up, ole, 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 ole. No peak too high to reach, no roads too long to seek. The highest mountain we'll climb. Oh, no valley that's too deep, nothing we can't achieve, 'cause nothing's breaking our stride. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more, ole, 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 ole. Here we go, sing a cup, no we're not giving up, ole, 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 ole. Na na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na 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 na, ooh, na na na, No peak too high to reach, no road too long to seek. The highest mountain we'll climb. Oh, no valley that's too deep, nothing we can't achieve. 'Cause nothing's breaking our stride. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, sing a cup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. Na na hoo, na 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 hoo, na 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 hoo, na na yeah yeah yeah. Na na hoo, na 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 hoo, na 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 hoo, na na yeah yeah yeah. We're headed for our dreams, gold opportunities, our heart connecting our mind. Oh, through it all, you and me will win eternally. Our future's looking so bright. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, sing a cup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. Na na hoo, na 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 hoo, na 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 hoo, na na yeah yeah yeah. Na na hoo, na na hoo, na na hoo, na na yeah yeah yeah. Together, you and me, we'll reach our destiny. Sing a cup, keep roaring, for we are young and free. We'll get the stars tonight. Our hands up to the sky. Long as you're by my side, we will fly. Hey, na na hoo, na 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 hoo, na na hoo, na na yeah yeah yeah. Na na hoo, na na hoo, na na hoo, na na yeah yeah yeah. Here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, sing a cup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. No peak too high to reach, no road too long to seek. The highest mountain we'll climb. Oh, no valley that's too deep, nothing we can't achieve. 'Cause nothing's breaking our stride. Hey, here we go, sing a roar, take the lead, sing a more. Ole, 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 ole. Here we go, sing a cup, no we're not giving up. Ole, 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 ole. Na na hoo, na 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 hoo, na 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 hoo, na na yeah yeah yeah. Na na hoo, No peak too high to reach, no roads too long to seek. The highest mountain we'll climb.
Us and have told us no, we will not have any more FIFA action. Unfortunately, the servers are down for the next 2 hours, so we won't be able to bring you the next games, unfortunately. But we still have more action coming to you tomorrow. So for tomorrow's games, we will have Group 2 action coming to you, and it will start at 10:30 as is today. Garrett Gamers versus Amadusic. After that, at 11 p.m. is Garrett Gamers back again versus Busby VFC. And 11:30, Garrett Gamers once again, this time against CF Lakers. Apparently because one of the teams from the group have already decided to call it quits, unfortunately. And, you know, we will be bringing more of the action. I know, Toast, we've only been able to talk about 2 of the games so far, but what do you think has been the takeaway from the first 2 games that you've seen in this competition?
Definitely Baga at FC is one to watch out for, and I think definitely they'll be within the top 2. I mean, we haven't seen, or rather we've seen both players, Shoshin Shah as well as Rebel, so, but we didn't see Gladiator BD though, so that's still quite a dark horse for us.
We'll never know, yeah?
Yeah, well, I guess we'll never know. Yeah.
We'll never know until we see the round of 16 come out on Friday, which, of course, giving you a little bit of a rundown of the events that will be happening throughout the next few days. We will be bringing you the 11 versus 11 competition. Today and tomorrow are the group stages. On Friday, we will be bringing to you the round of 16. Saturday will be quarters and semis, and the Sunday will be final day. Finals day on Sunday for the 11 versus 11. You can be assured that me and my good friend Toast Talks will be here bringing you all the FIFA 11 versus 11 action. But then, it doesn't end there.
Exactly.
The eSingaCup will not stop at 11 versus 11. We also have the 1v1 competition for you. So prepare to see a lot of PSG versus PSG. I know I keep saying that, but at the end of the day, it's true. If someone out there is watching this, if you're playing in the 1v1, if you want to be daring, choose somebody else. Not Arsenal. Okay. Anyway, that's beside the point. But if you're joining us on the eSingaCup Facebook page, thank you guys so much. You know, it's been an absolute honor to assist these guys for casting this tournament, because we love the message that the eSingaCup brings forward. You know, inclusivity in football, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, anything in between. You know, football is for everyone. That's the end of the day. We did have a great sharing session from Ellie Carpenter, Aussie footballer and also Olympic Lyon player. No, Olympic Lyon have been so good in the last few years in European competition, but now Barcelona are the top women's team in Europe. So, I mean, European, that's the thing about it, you know, me being interested in women's football, you know, is indicative of how much the game has progressed. You know, you think about it,
how much it has grown, right, over the past few years.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you even have the women's team in Singapore also coming up. You have women from Singapore going overseas to play. Yasmin Namira, one of them, you know, who's currently playing in America. You have so many different players, you know, overseas. You know, in Australia, their women's team are getting extremely big. Speaking of women's teams, there's also the meet tomorrow, or the Facebook live with the South Korean player Cho Soo-hyun, who plays for South Korea and Tottenham Hotspur. And then on Friday, we do have the West Ham women's under-21 coach Steven Opeka to join us also. So do join us for that. Do join us for all the different events. We are so excited to bring you all the various action from the 11 versus 11, but also stick here around here for the 1v1s and also the different talks that we will have on the eSingaCup. In any case, we are set to bring this to an end tonight due to the EA servers being down, but we will be back tomorrow with you guys. How much are you looking forward to the action tomorrow?
Hopefully the server's not down again tomorrow, but yeah, touching wood here. So, but hopefully we can get all 3 games to cast, and we'll definitely hope to see you guys who are, you know, definite supporters of eSingaCup, and hopefully, you know, we'll have a banger of a night.
Oh yeah, definitely. And speaking of banger of a night, this cup is on full swing, and we will see you tomorrow evening, same time, same place, on the eSingaCup Facebook page. Take care and good night.
Together, you and me will reach our destiny. Sing a cup, keep on